बट म्हाका
that
नंदन
music is
सांगात,
family.
आवर थिंग हॅज गॉन टू अ लेवल जंय टर्टल नेस्टिंग सायटीच्या सायडीन आमी ते सगळे ग्लेरिंग लायट्स आणि म्युझिक वाजोवपाक लागले. हायकोर्टाक बरोवचें पडलें, ऑल ऑथॉरिटीज आर ड्युटी बाउंड टू टेक ऑल स्टेप्स नेसेसरी टू प्रोटेक्ट सच सायट्स. हें बरोवचें पडटाच. हें केदें व्हडलें दुर्दैव आमचें की टर्टल नेस्टिंग सायटाच्या. And High Court has made a very interesting comment that it would not be an exaggeration to state that these are natural heritage sites if not natural wonders. निलेश बाब, ही परिस्थिती आता म्हाका एक नागरिक म्हणून दिसता तो भंय सांगता. नंदन बाब इज फ्रॉम इंडस्ट्री, यू आर हेडिंग दी असोसिएशन. माय फियर एज अ ऑर्डिनरी सिटीजन इज व्हेरी सिंपल. आज 10क बंद कर म्हणून सांगलें, तुम्ही 2 मेरेन वाजयतात. फाल्यां 12क बंद कर म्हणून सांगलें, तुम्ही 5 मेरेन वाजयतले.
आम्ही बोट दिल्यार हात खालो ते हांव मानता. अशें म्हणना हांव की आमी धुल्ले तांदूळ म्हणून. फक्त म्हजें परतें सांगपाचें, लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड शूड बी वन फॉर एवरीथिंग. तुका 10, तुका 11, तुका 12:30 हें कोता येना.
प्रत्येकाच्या सेटिंगा प्रमाणे टाइम सेट जावपाक शकना. प्रत्येकाच्या सेटिंगा प्रमाणे टाइम सेट जावपाक शकना.
Actually, in interest of this thing, I am thinking of joining the petition today. Ki Baba, this is what it is.
Yeah.
See,
it has to be universal. It can't be a pick and choose for anybody.
Okay.
Maka ek, band kaso karto ami.
Okay. Nilesh,
see, there is a lot of ambiguity in sense that the timings people who follow officially are not allowed. So, as Radhabab just said, that we need to have a proper debate, come with the conclusion, and press on the Goa center that each state can have their own laws, and Goa needs to have their own sound policy. As I was coming on that, we can have a zoning system where, you know, if you go in that particular zone, then the restrictions are more restriction, means less restrictions can be given. If you are in residential, this will be the parameters, and I think we need to come out with this policy. Otherwise, what is happening here is the authorities are having the gala time. Secondly, people who are doing legal business are having tough time. People doing illegal business are thriving, along with the people who are in the part of that system. So to avoid all these things, I think we need to have a more transparent system and more system wherein the locals are also not affected. Our tourism, which is thriving on the party culture in Goa, one segment, that also is not affected. And what is happening now, the message is going outside that, you know, in Goa everything stops by 10, so why to go to Goa? So, you know, if we are going to get this negative publicity, I think we'll have difficult times ahead.
राधाबाब, तुमकां दिसता की ते म्हणटात, इंडस्ट्रीचो कन्सर्न सांगतात की द मेसेज दॅट इज गोईंग अक्रॉस द कंट्रीज एवरीथिंग स्टॉप्स इन गोवा एट 10, विच विल एडवर्सली इम्पॅक्ट द इंडस्ट्री. दुसरी गजाल, डू यू फील देर हॅज टू बी अ स्पेशल एक्सेप्शन मेड फॉर गोंयकारांची इव्हेंट्स, वेडिंग्स जावं, फेस्टिवल्स जावं, ह्या सगळी गजाली खातीर?
No, obviously, you see, each community has its own festivals. The Catholics have Christmas, then Easter. The Hindus have Dindi and so many things, Ganesh. All these things are there. And I think in these cases, exceptions have to be made. Because, see, these are the very limited number of days in a year where people celebrate, actually, really celebrate.
Yeah.
It's not the artificial celebrations which are now done on a commercial scale. These are natural celebrations of the people, and these should not be curtailed by the state unless they go beyond total limits.
Yeah.
So therefore, I have always suggested that for special occasion, the law must be even not only at 10, even till 6 a.m.
Right.
You could go on. Because I don't think anyone is affected by
anyone
that.
has complained also.
No one complains.
In all fairness, Radhabab,
right.
in all fairness, Radhabab, I can tell you that Dindi cannot beat Sunburn. I think every Goikar is very clear about that. That Dindi cannot beat Sunburn. Ajira म्हाका दिसता खंयच्याच गोंयकाराक दुबाव आसचो ना. नंदन बाब, तुमकां दिसता हे एक्सेप्शन जावपा जाय? फाल्यां समजा पॉलिसी फ्रेम सुद्दां जाली जाल्यार गोंयकारांची इव्हेंट्स, गोंयकारांची फेस्टिवल हाजे खातीर एक एक्सेप्शन तातूंत भितर आसपा आनी तें कितें आसचें?
राधाबाबान सांगला तशें गोंयच्या फेस्टिवलाक टायम दिवचो न्हय. खंयच्याय समज एक विलेजीन फेस्ट आसा, शिगमो आसा, एवरी प्लेस रिक्वायर्स डिफरंट डेट्स. हांगा कितें करप जातलें? इट इज नॉट इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री. एवरी विलेजीन तांची फेस्तां असतात, त्या देवळाची जात्रा असतात. दे हॅव टू बी गिवन. हांगा कितें जालां? हे भायले येऊन पळय फॉरेनर हे करतात ते ह्या डेट्साचो एडवांटेज घेवंक लागल्यात अँड दॅट हॅज टू स्टॉप. हे गोंयकार कोणी वाजयता तो गिटार घेवन बसता तो कोणाक डिस्टर्ब करना. तू समज 10,000 वॅटेजाचे समज साऊंड घालूंक
बट
लागलो.
नंदन बाब एक गजाल आसा न्ही, केन्ना फर्स्ट टायम जेन्ना पिटिशन आयलें तेन्ना जे शॅक्स आसात जे गोंयकाराक अलॉट जातात त्या शॅक्सांनीच लावड म्युजीक चलतालें न्ही, कॉम्पिटिशन चलतालें हांव चड मोठ्यान वाजयता काय तूं चड मोठ्यान वाजयता तें.
तें मातशें बंद जालां, तें बंद जालां. इट हॅज टू बी वन लॉ फॉर एव्हरीबडी. आमी बंद आनी बाकीचे चालू.
निलेश बाब म्हाका हांव राधा बाबाक सांगता फायनली वॉट डू यू एक्सपेक्ट, कित्याक एक आसा की बाय सम दिस थिंग की दीस मॅटर इज बिफोर द हायकोर्ट. So government can take a very clear position before the High Court and articulate all these points. There is an opportunity. I still feel there is an adversity. There is an opportunity in this adversity. So there is we have got a chance to say that Baba आम्ही properly यो गजाली जाग्यार घालतले. What do you expect from the government? A separate policy for Goans, at the same time a balance between tourism and the peaceful sleep of citizenry.
Absolutely. So what we are looking into is that the decibel points which are being decided, it has to be which is acceptable. The system should be clear from where it will be taken care. Because what happens is when ambiguity means it becomes difficult in ease of doing business. Secondly, as far as the timing is concerned, I think we all are very clear that the timing needs to be amended. Secondly, what is happening, our culture, which is there for ages in Goa, where we have this Jatra system, or the Christmas celebration, or the Ganesh Chaturthi celebration, or now Shigmo which will come. I think these festivals will start getting affected. And this should not happen. We are ultimately, we talk about Goa is high on culture. Maybe tourism are there, but as a Goan, we are very high on culture. So our culture activities should not get affected by this system. So I think looking into all those things, the ideally will be if we can have our own state law, wherein the zoning system is decided, decibel is decided, and in this activity, the festivals are kept out of it.
Exempted.
Exempted. Because what happens is that each village in Goa has their own
Yes.
fest. They have their own traditions. They will have a palki on different dates. They will have the Rath Yatra on different dates. So looking into all those things, I think what will happen is that outsiders or people who are not connected with these cultural activities will start dictating terms, which should not happen.
Radha Bab, तुमकां दिसता there is an opportunity in this adversity?
See, what happens now, Pramod,
Yeah.
as far as the High Court is concerned, there is pretty little that the High Court can do. Because the High Court's
The government can use this as an
the High
opportunity.
Court's role is merely to interpret the laws, not
Yes,
to frame them.
yes.
Now, the failure here is totally on the part of the government. You see, we are constantly being told that Goa is different. The whole world comes to Goa because Goa is different. Now, when we are different, what is the difference? The difference is that we have a different lifestyle. We are laid back, we play music, we all do all this, and the whole world comes here to enjoy that. Now, you are curtailing that without considering that at all. It is the duty of the Goa government, it ought to have been the duty of the Goa government to make a representation to the center and get permission to have a separate frame of rules for Goa. The law permits that. What has the Goa government done till date? They are simply talking, man. Let them show us that they have moved the center to enable them to change rules, or they could themselves request the center to have a different set of rules for different states, depending on their requirements.
Yeah.
Nothing of this sort has
most
been done.
practical thing. नंदन बाब म्हाका फायनल एकच सांगात, हे सगळे आयकत ते म्हाका प्रॅक्टिकल दिसता, पण बोट दिल्यार हात घेवचे नात हाजी गॅरंटी एक बिझनेसमॅन म्हणून तुम्ही दिवपाक शकता टुरिझम इंडस्ट्रीतले, कारण आमगे हांची पयलींचो अनुभव बरो ना.
नाही हांव गोंयकाराचे वटेन सांगता, बोट दिल्यार न्ही, आमी बोट दिल्यार इल्ले आनी इल्लो कुडको खायत,
हय.
पूण आज पळय सगळ्या देंवचार वयल्यान देंवल्यार ते बोट दिल्यार मनशाकूच खावपाक शकतले, अशी परिस्थिती जाल्या.
सो तुम्ही म्हणटात की फाल्यां कायदो करतना सुद्दां ही गजाल मतीक दवरूनच सरकारान पॉलिसी फ्रेम करची.
Yes.
वेळ सारको सोंपला, इतल्याचेच आमी हो विशय एकाच कारणां खातीर घेतलो, कारण हायकोर्टाच्या ह्या ऑर्डरी भितर एक उद्विग्नता दिसता आणि त्याच बरोबर एक सिटीजन म्हणून आमचो हेल्पलेसनेस दिसता. सो हातूंतल्यान खंय तरी मुखार वतना, जशें निलेश बाबान सांगला, तो बॅलन्स सादपाक जाय, पूण तो बॅलन्स असो आसपाक जायना की तातूंत भितर गोंयकार शेणलो आणि जो भायल्यान येवन हांगा बिंदास्त बेकायदेशीर धंदे चलयता तो थ्रायव जालो, जाल्यार मागीर त्या पॉलिसीक कांय अर्थ उरपाना. त्या दृश्टींतल्यान म्हाका दिसता हे डिस्कशन जावच रावचे पडटलें. सरकाराकय ह्या डिस्कशनांतल्यान पॉयंट्स घेवन ती ताका प्रॉपर दिशी दिवची पडटली, जाल्यारच हातूंतल्यान सगळ्यांचें बरें जातलें. त्या दृश्टींतल्यान गरज पडल्यार आनीकय डिस्कशन्स ह्या विशयाचेर आमी करतले. बट फॉर नाव नंदन बाब, निलेश बाब, राधा बाब, थँक्स अ लॉट फॉर पार्टिसिपेटींग. पळयत रावात प्रुडंट.